Hey everyone, welcome to Age and Education channel. Today we shall look into the chapter Plants Propagation. So what is the meaning of propagation? Are you aware of it? I'll tell you. Propagation means a plant giving rise to another plant. Okay? Giving rise to another plant. So this process can be done in two ways. That is through seeds, and the other way is through stems, leaves, spores, etc. Okay? This is called as vegetative propagation. What is it? Vegetative propagation. Okay? So, what is the meaning of propagation? Propagation means that a plant giving rise to a new plant. Okay? Plant giving rise to a new plant. And how will this be done? Either through seeds or through stems, leaves, etc. Okay? So now we shall look into the ways how this happens. Okay? Now first, plant propagation through seeds. What is a seed? Do you remember what is a seed? Yes, you all know, right? So seeds will have a baby plant, right? Seeds has a baby plant. If you put this into the soil, you get a new plant. Okay, so we will see the ways and means how this happens. Okay, a seed is a small yet powerful structure that holds the potential to grow into a new plant. It is the result of a plant's reproductive process and serves as the plant's way of ensuring the survival of its species. So what? When you see the seed, you will think that it's just a seed. It's very tiny, small, right? Yet it's a powerful structure. Why? Because it has the capacity to allow the survival of its species. Like if there is a plant and if you want same type of plant, then the seeds will be of much help, right? So seeds, though they are small, they are so powerful. Seeds come in various shapes, sizes and colors, each uniquely adapted to its environment. Inside every seed lies a tiny dormant plant known as the embryo, surrounded by food reserves and protected by a tough outer layer called the seed coat. So now this is all about the seed. So what happens in the seed? You will find a dormant plant, tiny dormant plant. Okay, that just rests. It's not doing any work. It just rests. Okay, so tiny dormant plant, that is called an embryo. What is it? Embryo. And it is surrounded by food everywhere. See how nice the nature is. Even in the seed you can find the food, and there is a plant here, and this will be this food will cater to the needs of this baby plant, that is embryo. And in order to protect this, there is a outer coat called as seed coat, which is hard. Okay, so this is about the structure of the seed, and you know that seeds are of various shapes and sizes, right? Next, seeds are fascinating because they can remain dormant for extended periods, waiting for the right conditions to sprout and grow. So if you see a seed, okay, they can stay there. Remain dormant means they can just stay like that, okay, for extended periods, for longer periods of time, waiting for the right conditions to sprout and grow. See, for the seeds to grow into a plant, there should be some right conditions, okay, suitable conditions. Only then the seeds can grow into a plant. Okay, so the seeds have to sprout and then grow, and for this you need the right or suitable or optimal conditions. You can say any of these. Okay, so with these conditions the seeds will grow, and for every seed the right conditions would be different. Okay, so for one seed one type of environment is suitable, and for other seed another type of environment. So it all depends upon the seed. Okay, when a seed finds itself in a favorable environment with sufficient warmth, water and light, it begins the remarkable process of germination, eventually developing into a full grown plant. This tiny seed, though small and seemingly insignificant, plays a crucial role in the cycle of life, ensuring the continuation of the plant species across generations. This is what we have mentioned, right? Though the seed is a small structure, what it is, it ensures the continuation of the plant species, right? So this is, the seeds as such are so important, and when given sufficient warmth, water and light, it begins the process of germination. Okay. Next, what are the parts of a seed? I have earlier mentioned, but we shall look into a bit more detail now here. Okay. So what is a seed coat? Seed coat is the outer layer, right, that protects the baby plant inside it. What is this baby plant called? Do you remember? Embryo, right? So what is this? The outer protective layer of the seed. It protects the seed and the baby plant inside. Okay. And how about this hilum? Hilum is a tiny opening in the seed coat. Okay. So this is the seed coat, right? You will find a tiny opening here. Okay. Somewhere here, somewhere at any place on this. Okay. So this opening is called as what? Hilum. What is it? Hilum. Through this opening, the seed absorbs water necessary for germination, right? This seed should also absorb water, right, in order to germinate. What we saw previously is that it needs sufficient warmth, water, right, sunlight. So for the water to get into the seed, you need some opening, and this opening is called as hilum. What is it? Hilum. Cotyledons, also called as seed leaves. The seed's internal structure can be divided into two halves, each called a cotyledon or seed leaf. What does cotyledon do? Cotyledon store food for developing baby plant known as the embryo. So for this plant, the food is provided by the cotyledon. Okay, and the cotyledon can be of two types. Okay. One is like peas, pulses and beans have two cotyledons. Okay, and seeds like maize, rice, wheat have only one cotyledon. Okay, these are called as monocots and these are called as dicots. Okay, this is a shortcut. You can say dicotyledons, monocotyledons. Okay, so these are the examples, and it's very important because you may get a bit saying that which one is a dicot or which one is the odd one out. So just remember this and don't get confused with this. Seed leaves, don't think that it's something new. Okay, seed leaves means cotyledons is also called as seed leaves. These sort of things are important. You have to remember all these. Okay, next. Okay, here you can see it. See, monocot, dicot. The monocot will be something like this. A single, this one, cotyledon will be there. Okay, and here dicotyledon. Two, when you can divide it into two. Okay, and the examples were also mentioned earlier. Now we shall see into the embryo. What is embryo? The developing baby plant inside the seed is called as embryo. We have already seen it earlier, right? It eventually grows into a new plant during the germination. Okay. So next is germination process. What is germination? It is a process by which a seed transform into young plant. Okay, a seed will get transformed into young plant, and this process is called as germination. It is a critical stage in the plant's life cycle where the dormant seed awakens and starts to develop into a seedling. Okay, just lying seed will start developing into a seedling. This process begins when the seed is exposed to the right conditions, including sufficient water, warmth, light and air. Okay, with all these, when these are provided, then the seed will start its journey to become a young plant. Okay, what are the conditions required? Here we have already seen that water, light, warmth and air. So for this, what you should do you think that you can provide all this when the seeds are so close to each other, so close to each other? No, na. So they have to be scattered so that they will get the sufficient water, light, warmth and air. So everything, even growing the plants, is an art. Okay, so you should appreciate it. Not just pouring all the seeds at a single place will give you the new plants. Okay, so these right conditions, and apart from these right conditions, there should be sufficient spacing too. What is it? Sufficient spacing. All these things together pave for a young plant to grow. Okay, so don't forget all this. These are the conditions required, and apart from this, the success ratio increases by giving sufficient spacing. Okay, so what are the steps? We will see. When the seed is sown in the soil, it absorbs water through hilum and the seed coat breaks. Okay, so the seed will start absorbing water through the hilum, and a time comes when the seed coat breaks. The embryo inside begins to grow, forming small roots and a shoot. So the embryo that is inside starts growing. Okay, till now I am dormant. Don't think that I will be in that manner every time. Okay, it will say like that, right, for you all, right, and it will start growing. Then as the roots and shoots grow, leaves appear and the cotyledons shrink and eventually fall off. So as they grow, you can find the roots and shoots will be growing and leaves starts appearing and the cotyledons will shrink. Why? Because cotyledons are the food sources, right? So now the baby plant is no more confined into the seed, right? It is growing, and so it can take everything from the soil, and because it has roots, okay, it can derive its water and nutrients from the soil, and it can make its own food. It has become capable enough to make its own food, right? So there is no point of having cotyledon. So cotyledon shrinks and eventually fall off. Okay, see, everything in the nature, everything goes in a very nice manner. You just can't say that, okay, this is something random. Okay, everything will be in sync so that you can find everything to be systematic. Okay, so here see, the cotyledon was there till the seed was there, but when this broke off, automatically cotyledons will also shrink and eventually fall off. Okay, okay, next is dispersal of the seeds. What is dispersal of the seeds? It means that you have to, first of all, you have to put the seed in the soil, right? You will do this for some vegetables or fruits, whatever you need. But how about the other plants? For the other plants, if there is no other source that can put the seed into the soil, then how will the plant survive? Right? Not, it's like, how will the plant species survive? We have to be specific in that, right? That plant will survive, the plant that is there will survive anyways by making the food through the process of photosynthesis. But how about the next generation? How does the propagation happen if there is no spreading of the seeds, right? The seeds have to be put in the soil, somehow it should get into the soil, and we human, what we do, we only care for the vegetables and fruits that we want. Then how about the other plants? How will they do that? So nature has answer for everything, right? So we shall see about it. Seed dispersal is the process by which seeds are scattered away from the parent plant to ensure they have enough space, light, air, water and nutrients to germinate and grow, that is to obtain suitable conditions to grow. This process is called as seed dispersal. What? Seed dispersal is the process by which seeds are scattered away from the parent plant to ensure they have enough space, light, air, water and nutrients to germinate and grow. Okay, so first thing that you have to see is scattered away. Okay, it is scattered away is not a precondition. Okay, but by being scattered away, what happens is that the plant, the seed have more chances, right? Seed have more chances to get these conditions of enough space, light, air, water and nutrients. But if the condition is good enough near the parent plant itself, it is enough that it just gets into the soil beside the parent plant. It's not a rule that the scattering should happen away from the parent plant. That is what I just want to stress. Okay, it generally happens that because of the various these things used like wind, water and animals, usually the seeds will go to faraway places from the parent plant. But that's not the rule that only if the seeds go to the other places it will get to become a plant. Okay, if the climate there and if the conditions there are suitable, then it will grow near the parent plant itself. Okay, so this is the point that just I want to, because this statement is a bit, I feel like what do you say, confusing or misleading. Okay, so in order to just see, make you understand, I am repeating it again. Okay, so what did I say? Scattered away means, it's not that scattered away is not a rule. Okay, it will usually happen, so we are mentioning it. Okay, the main thing that is important is that should be, the seed should reach the soil through some or the other means. Okay, so that it will grow into a new plant. Okay, and for this seed to grow into a new plant, what do we need? It needs the right conditions. Okay, so wherever there are right conditions, the seeds will grow. And other thing, what did I say? Distance. Distance between the seeds should be good enough. Okay, distance between the seeds should be good enough so that the seed can get light, air, water and nutrients. Okay, ensure they have enough space, light, air, water and the nutrients to germinate. So in nature, seed dispersal is primarily carried out by what? Wind, water and animals. These natural forces or organisms are called as agents of seed dispersal. What are these called as? Agents of seed dispersal. What did I say? Nature will have answers for everything, right? So this is the answer. For the other plants to propagate. Okay, these agents of seed dispersal, that is wind, water and animals, will help the plants of the seeds to get into the soil. Okay, next is types of seed dispersal. Okay, now this is a lengthy topic and I don't want to stop this in between. So what I do is I will continue this in the next video. Okay, see you. Just go through it again and again, the parts of the seeds and what do you call the germination process. Okay, and how important is dispersal of the seeds and what are the agents of dispersal. We will anyway see about it in an elaborative way. Okay, don't worry about it, and just go through everything. See you in the next class. Okay, bye.